Hey everybody, welcome to Garden for Cheap, and today I show you my irrigation system. But first, let's look and see how I actually put the connectors to the PVC pipe. Let's take a look. I think this is the right drill bit, but it's been a couple weeks since I drilled all the other holes, so I'd rather go with the smallest bit before trying the bigger one. And I'm just going to pick a random spot because I'm going to do this one a hair bit different. But I'll walk you through it as I'm doing it. But first I'm going to drill the hole into the PVC pipe. It's a 1/2 inch PVC pipe to fit this little T connector. I have some that are just connectors without the T, but I'm going to use T connector for this one. But I'll show you more of that. And I think that drill bit's a tad bit too small. And it is. So that's why I did that. But I'd rather go with a small one than one that was too big, because you can always take out more, but you can't add back. I kind of rotate my wrist a little bit just to make it a little wider. From experience, after doing a couple of these, I figured that out. You hear that pop? And that's how it's gonna go. I was using silicone, but it didn't hold as well. So, super glue it is. And this is waterproof, by the way. I did a little research. Let's see if I can. See if I can pop that back out. Yep, and I did. I'm going to drill that just a hair bit bigger. It's kind of trial and error. Try to get all the little spurs off. But I just put it right around there. I actually put on just a hair more than I really need. That way it seals it. And I've already tested it. It does work. One 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, 9 1,000, 10 1,000. And that's all it is to that part. This here is the, it's standard. I have one that has the little info on it. I'll put that in the camera. I think this was like $3 or $4. I've got 3 of them left. Well, I had 2, and I used up those 2, and I went and got 3 more. Way more than I needed. This one's gonna be... yeah, that'll work. Because the end of this pipe is the end of the bed. Now I found that to get this on a little bit easier, you take a lighter and just kind of lightly go over it just a little bit, not too hot because you don't want to be melting it and breathing the fumes, but it slides on so much better. And there you go. Now you can put a dripper on the end of that, or a sprayer, but for the onions, I am going to use these stakes that I've got that have a sprinkler already on them. Because I'm not going to do like one for every little onion. I'm just going to put it in a certain area and let it sprinkle that little area. And I run my irrigation about 6:30 in the morning, or 6 a.m. So it doesn't scorch the plants if they do get wet. If you have a heat gun, that would be better, but I don't have a heat gun. See how easy that is? Now this whole end has a sprinkler, and if it's not enough, I can always, that's why I made it extra. I can cut in, put in another T like that one, and run another line. And if I want to add another plant and it didn't have a water source, I can cut the line and put in one of these T's, and now I have a line where I can do a drip right to that plant. I have different ends. I got little ends that match that one. It's a little jet sprayer. I kind of like these, like for when I have a couple plants in one area. These are adjustable. That's closed. And that's open. And this here is the use for that 3/4 inch black tubing, but I went with PVC instead, since I had to buy it anyway. But you just connect the hose to that end right there, so you can see that end right there, and it comes out the top. And what I do is I usually take it completely off, and then I put it on there, and I turn and pull up, and I do that until it doesn't come off. That's fully open. That was the best way I could find to do it. And it shoots out pretty good, but considering I have so many connections in this garden, it doesn't spray like the footage. If you didn't want to use the T's, you could actually, most of my garden has those in it. Same thing, I just drill a hole, super glue one end, shove it in, hold it 10 seconds until it holds, and then move on to the next one. These are goof plugs in case I put a hole and don't want one there. I can glue that in there. More keys. More goof plugs. Alright. These here, I don't know if you can see how it's green on the one side right there. That one there is a dripper, which means it'll drip right to the plant. This end here, which I didn't like, was like a mister. You see how that is? I didn't really care for it too much. And then I have just a couple of these left. That's the part that goes in the tube. And it's adjustable, which these are okay. I had these like near my corn and purple whole peas. But this one dripper here is going to be for my Malabar spinach. I actually have to go back and get some more of these tips because apparently this was my last one. But for this here, what I'm going to do is just create a long tube and add the teas to it. And I've got, let's see, there's one there, 2, 3, and one more is 4. So I'm gonna, that bed is 10 feet long, and supposedly these go a couple feet. I don't really think it does, because I have one on my grapevine that I'm not too crazy about. It says a 15 to 19 foot diameter, but that's if you got 13 GPH, which I'm pretty sure I don't have that anymore because I have so much going to that water, or to that to the garden. But what I'm going to do is create another line with teas and going all the way down with 1, 2, 3 more connections for the onions. So. Fly just bit me. Let's go put it in the garden. Alright, I'm going to try to hold this camera as steady as I can. Actually, I guess it would be more like that right there. What I did is I got a Y splitter. That way Gibbs can water his roses while this remains on, and we can turn that off. My air conditioner is right there, so. And right here is the timer. It's 7:58 or 7:59 p.m. I have it on auto. Next start is in 10 hours, which we're going to start that a little early for like 20 minutes, just so I can give a demonstration. I connected, this is a water hose, or this connector came with it. This is a water hose to PVC pipe connection, and I did a 90 degree and then a straight pipe, a 90 degree. It goes down into the ground. 90 degree around the corner right there is another 90 degree, and goes through that gate and down the side of the house. So let's go over here, and we're going to hit manual, and we'll leave it at, well, let's do 15 minutes. That should give me enough time to get around there and show you some things. There's the dog. But me and my son-in-law dug a trench through here. This right here is probably about 4 inches. They recommend 6 if it's just being walked on, but that right there is never going to be walked on. It goes behind the AC unit all the way through here, and it goes down, and you can kind of see the line. Right here is where we started going 6 inches or better down the path. Here you'll see where I added some more soil. I still need to do that through here to make it more even. But it goes all the way up to here. Right here I put a T-split for the PVC pipe, and I run it through here. I moved this brick and I dug up underneath here, and it comes on the other side comes up and goes all the way to the end of the bed. But you see I have little connections for it. And just to prove that it is going, you see the water flow. This bed, every bed is connected except for these flowers in that middle bed and those potatoes back there. That will change soon. I will be adding more connections as I plant more flowers or more vegetables and whatnot. But this one does the same. It comes up and over. And this one comes up and over. And these here, I just put sprinklers because normally I'll be watering at 6 o'clock in the morning and they should be dry enough so they don't scorch. But I put 4 of these and I show footage of exactly how I did that on this bed. And it goes all the way down. So now this onion bed gets water. Over here in the tomato bed, each tomato has a dripper. You see that? And they go down and in the ground on both sides. Move, Xena. Move. See? And that one goes up and over. And it goes all the way to the back. And I have room to add more plants. And I have T-connectors to connect into the existing little black hoses so I can add more line. That was where the fungus was. You notice there's none right there right now. The only thing I don't have is the potatoes, and that's coming. But even this one, I do have one spot where my plant died, so there's nothing there, but that's fixing to change too. Even the corn and the purple whole peas and the melons all have like that, and it's just like a little sprinkler. Now this here, I just ran the black tube through a PVC pipe so it'll water the grapevine, because as you can see, my grapes are starting to dry up on the vine. So this had to get added to the irrigation system. I don't know if that's there we go. Most of these are adjustable. Some aren't. Okay, remember I said it comes down on this side? It does leak here a little bit, but I don't want to glue these. That way I can change these out per the season. I just have to hammer it in a little better. But there's not a whole lot of room, so. But it just barely sprays. But you see that over there. It usually sprays a little bigger. But I was playing with them the other day. Here we go. But it goes down and across. And up here I put another T-split. When I say T-split, that's what I mean. Looks just like a letter T. And that way I can go here and down that. Because this bed is a U-shaped bed. It was my very first bed ever. And I have one going through here and through there. And then it goes, you know, down and up and down and up. But that's how I did that. And I told you a while ago on why I did that. Because the grapevine tree wasn't getting the water it needed. So I had to change that. Probably a little too late, but, you know, lessons learned. But that's exactly how I did that one. And one little tidbit I forgot to mention. All I have to do is turn the water hose nozzle up a little higher to get more pressure throughout the whole bed. And it works perfectly. I mean, when we were going through here, it looked kind of small, and then I went back there, turned it up, tried it again. Perfect. So, you can adjust how much water your plants are getting by how high the pressure is. I kind of like that. The only thing I wish I would have done different was put shut-off valves on each section. That way I could shut one bed down in case I had to do repairs while the other was going. But technically, I can go out there and shut it off just the same. Save me a little money. Alright everybody, if you liked that video, or if you like this, that it was useful, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And I will have as much as information as I can in the description, but if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment, or leave me a comment, or email me. And that's it for this one. See you on the next one. God bless and peace.